Hi, my name's Tony, and I've got a condition that I've had all my life, but was never really recognised as a condition. I never thought it would be, and that is quite simply that I'm unable to burp. Um, and recently, I've discovered that it's been recognised as a condition, and it has a name, and more importantly, has a treatment. So the name of it, I've actually write it down because I can never say it properly, is Retrograde Cricopharyngeus Dysfunction. And your cricopharyngeus is a muscle in your throat that's too tight and unable to relax to release gas out of your body. And some of the symptoms of this are the gas just stays in your torso basically, and it tries to come up, and you get a gurgling noise in your throat, and you just bloat, and it's so uncomfortable, and the gas has to go somewhere, so it ends up going through your intestines, through your system, and out the other end, and it's just extremely uncomfortable and quite debilitating, and affects a lot of social activities and just the thinking about what you can drink, what you can do, what you can eat, and how you're going to feel. So this has now been recognised. The short name for it is R-CPD, and it's been recognised as a treatment. And the treatment that you can have to resolve it is Botox that's injected into that muscle, and it just relaxes it enough to enable the gas to come out. And the idea is that once the Botox has run out, your muscle has learned what it should do, and then you're able to release gas and just live a normal life, which is amazing. I only discovered it a couple of months ago. I got myself booked in for treatment, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to make a video. I'm going to make some videos about my journey as I go through having this treatment. Now, I had the treatment today. I had it in Wimbledon from a specialist called Lucy Hicklin. She's become a bit of a celebrity in the community of people that can't burp. So I've made a few videos today. I'm going to play them now, and then I'll talk about what I hope will happen over the next few weeks.
So I'm in Wimbledon today. It's the 15th of May 2023, and I am heading to a clinic to see Lucy Hicklin. Is going to administer some Botox into my throat. Treatment, hopefully cure for R-CPD, which is a condition that I've had all my life really. Became a bit more prevalent when I sort of turned 18, started drinking, started getting a bit more. Essentially, it's the inability to burp, which probably sounds quite trivial, but in reality, it can be quite debilitating sometimes when you're unable to get rid of gas that's trapped in your body. You feel now as I walk up the hill, you can actually start to feel more and more like your body's inflating, and there's no valve to release that gas, and it ends up just staying in your torso, and it's caused a lot of discomfort. It can cause difficulties even with the camera. Have something to eat, have a few drinks, and think about. Don't have anything carbonated. Don't eat too much food because it's going to cause gas and it's going to sit in your stomach and you're not going to feel comfortable. You get to the point where it's hard to talk even because it's that uncomfortable. Have years of feeling like a bit of a lightweight because you can't drink much alcohol. You can't get. It's not that the actual alcohol is, well, there's been times when I've had too much alcohol, but a lot of times it's not the alcohol that's caused you to feel uncomfortable and needing to go home. It's the fact that you can't get rid of all this gas that you've inhaled when you've been drinking, and you just feel uncomfortable. You can't dance, you can't talk, you can't drink anymore. And then we have the classic air vomit, which those who have this condition will probably know quite well, where unceremoniously you put your fingers down your throat as if you're going to make yourself sick, and just a huge amount of air comes out in a very, very loud noise. I remember one particular time years ago being on a trip to Amsterdam with my best friend. I think we were about 19 possibly, and on a coach trip, and we've been out, had a few beers and some bars. We were wild. We ended up watching Noel's house party in a bar in Amsterdam, but we had lots of beers, and getting the coach back, and I remember sitting behind these two girls, and I was feeling this bloatedness that I couldn't really understand what it was. I was just used to it, but because we'd had quite a lot, it was particularly bad that day, and involuntarily, the air vomit happened, and the noise was horrific. No vomit, it's never any vomit, it's always just air that comes out, but oh my god, the girls were frightened by it. I was a bit frightened by it. My mate was frightened by it. It was just a weird thing, but it's just a real example of like just the discomfort that you get and how you find ways to deal with it. Sorry, it's a bit cold. Nose running, not very nice. So I'm going to the clinic now, and I'm about to have 50 milligrams of Botox injected into my muscle here. I can't give the name. R-CPD stands for something like the muscle, but I can never pronounce it. Into the muscle, which will paralyse it, partly to paralyse it, to the point where it should relax and enable me to release gas and release air. It takes a few weeks for it to kick in properly. There's a few symptoms like slow swallow, and you feel like you can't swallow food so easily when you first have it. So that takes some getting used to. And I'm really excited about how it's going to be. So I'll do a little update once I've had it, and how I get on over the next few days or weeks, really. And I'm really hopeful this could be the answer to a problem that has been around for a long time. I mean, I went to the doctor years ago to talk to him about not being able to burp, and this doctor literally laughed in my face when I said I can't burp. Didn't understand it really being an issue. His advice was drink fizzy drinks. And that really was just beyond ridiculous. It actually put me against the GP. It's stuck with me for years. I was probably 20 maybe when I did that. For context, I'm 49 now, so it's been a long, long time, and it's just stuck with me. My fear of GPs, the fear of being laughed at when you go with a problem, not caring, not interested. And then when I discovered this treatment was available, I only discovered it a few months ago, randomly on a news article, and I was like, this is going to change my life. This is literally going to change my life. So I'm really excited to see if it does, and I will keep you posted. So I'm here in Wimbledon, off to see Lucy Hickey. I've actually been a member of the Reddit group. The Reddit group's called No Burp. There's a great community of people all going through similar things, all going through different stages. There's actually some people today on the Reddit group that are going to the same clinic, so I don't know if I'm going to bump into them or not. Could be quite interesting to do. But yeah, really looking forward to having this done and seeing how it works. So yeah, I will keep you updated. Thank you. So I'm sat in the waiting room now. I've just had a chat with someone else who's gone in to see Lucy. Shouldn't be long, having a coffee. So yeah, not long now until I get the treatment. The clinic is nice. It's the outpatients clinic at the back of the car park. But it's just nice to talk to someone else that's had the same experience as me, actually. So yeah, we've just been comparing notes about the experience we've had, what we're looking forward to getting out of this treatment, hopeful for the success of it as well. So yeah, a little bit nervous now, but mostly excited and looking forward to how it goes. So I've just come out, I've had the treatment. Lucy was lovely, she was really friendly, really nice. Had a chat about symptoms, talked about things like how it's affected me, any anxiety of different levels of anxiety for different people. So for me, it's about kind of anxiety around going to social events, that sort of thing. That took about 10 minutes, and then she took me to the pharmacy around the corner within the same building, which is just behind me here, and picked up the Botox. Went back to her treatment room again. We had a little chat as she mixed the Botox together with, I don't know, some other liquid. And then I lay on the bed, and I was expecting some sort of big ECG machine or something, but it didn't really see anything. There's a machine behind the bed, I think, but nothing that was kind of on me or around me. And she had the needle. It came, it's about there. Maybe you can see it there. I think it went in. I thought it'd be here for some reason, but it's at the front. And she explained that she would ask me to swallow at one point and then cough at another point, and that's to kind of, the machine kind of makes a noise if the muscle is being, if she's too close to a particular muscle, I think. So the needle went in, then I had to swallow a couple of times, and I had to cough, and there was no big noise that came out from the machine, which I think is a good thing. And then injection went in, you can sort of feel it a little bit. Needle out, done. No blood, nothing, no plaster. I thought that had a big plaster or something, but nothing at all. She then said that probably nothing would happen for about 48 hours, and then sort of micro burps might start, and it takes different times. Then eventually burping would start. It's got a bit windy, I hope you can hear okay. She talked about some of the symptoms, things that I've read about before, such as she gave the proper names for them, but I can't remember the names, but like slow swallowing, so not being able to easily swallow food, so go for a soft diet, plenty of fluids, maybe go for small meals often rather than big meals for a couple of weeks. One symptom she talked about I hadn't heard about before was for some people, rarely, when breathing in, kind of get a bit of a wheezing noise if the vocal cords have been caught, but she said it's just really rare, probably won't happen. So that's that. What the symptoms did she talk about? I don't remember the symptoms, but nothing that hadn't been talked about previously on the Reddit group interventions. Definitely go into that. So now my throat feels a little bit like when you're starting with a sore throat and you get that sort of like a bit of a thing, bit of a tickle. That's how it feels at the moment. So it's not uncomfortable. I can tell something's happened because of that feeling. But other than that, I feel fine. I did have to sit on the bed. She asked me to sit on the bed. Here's the bed, the treatment bed, just in case I felt dizzy, which says happens sometimes, but I didn't get anything like that. So I was straight up, straight out. I thanked her for changing people's lives because I think it's such an amazing thing she's doing. Just incredible how, and it sounds like really she kind of fell into it in terms of like treating people before for not being able to swallow at all, and then people are starting to ask about this, and at first she was saying that she felt like, what is this, not really a thing, and then the amount of people that kept coming to her with the same symptoms, that she realised actually this is a thing, this is a real thing that people are suffering from, and she can help. And it seems like it takes up most of the time now. She's treating us no burpers. So I'm over the moon that I've had it, and now it's just a waiting game to see how it actually impacts me. I managed to chat to someone else from the Reddit group who was going in just before me, so hopefully I'll keep in touch with her and see how her journey's going. But we were chatting in the waiting room, which was brilliant, before we went in, and talking about our journey's been quite similar actually. So yeah, there's a lot of us out there. It's a good community of people, and I think we need to get the message out more about this is a real thing. We've probably all got friends that suffer with this, that can't burp. I know 3 or 4 people that over the years we've talked about and gone, oh, I can't burp as well, and that's all you do, and you just get on with life and not realising that actually there's anything that you can do about it. Now you can, there is a thing you can do. So I'm hoping I'll be a bit of an opportunity, use case for these people that will I can talk to. Maybe I'll see this video, make a video of all this, and there is an answer out there. So we'll see how we go anyway. I'll see how the slow swallow goes and how I get on with that. That's the biggest thing. Oh, regurgitation, that was the other thing that she talked about. That was the other symptom. So if you exercise after eating, then sometimes food comes up into your throat a little bit. So just be common sense at first, like eat after exercising, not before. Reflux is another thing that she talked about that you could get if you're prone to it, which I do get reflux sometimes, but for me often that was about drinking too much white wine, and that was kind of where I get my acid reflux from. So, and that kind of stopped as I massively slowed down on the white wine over the years. That's kind of stopped for me anyway. But it'll be interesting to see if that comes back as part of this, because obviously that muscle's been relaxed a bit, so it's going to just treat it a bit differently. I guess it's going to react differently, I should say, and it's not going to have that same cap that stops acid coming up. So I guess I'll be aware of that. I'll probably just try and make sure I've got a good elevated pillow, like I used to do when I was suffering from acid reflux at night time. Try and sleep on the right side. If I do sleep on the side, all those sort of things, just to help to minimise the risk of that happening. But it's all going to be worth it, I'm sure. So that's it. Treatment done. Heading back home now, and let's see how it goes over the next few days.
So those videos were taken at about lunchtime today. It's the 15th of May 2023. It's now 9 p.m. So right now I haven't got any sort of symptoms or any sort of change in my throat. It probably feels a little bit sore, but nothing really to complain about. Swallowing's fine. I've had a dinner tonight as normal, so nothing as yet. So I'm expecting maybe the next couple of days start to feel a few changes. So my intention is that I'll do a video. I'm going to try and do it every day, but maybe when I see a bit of a change, I'll make a video and I'll upload it and go on this journey. And what I'm hoping to be able to talk to you about is how I'm getting the micro burps, and then I get the actual burps. So I guess we'll see. So if you're interested, follow along. But hopefully it will help some people as well to see what the journey is. I'm not used to this YouTube thing. It's a bit new to me, so I probably should have said subscribe to the channel if you want to follow along and enable the notifications. I think that's what you say, isn't it? So you can see when I upload my next video. Thank you.